Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, I guess, from this Christmas show. Starting with Deck the Halls as the intro was really funny. I am Shane Price. This is Jayden. This is once again the Hot Dog and a Handshake Classic Review Series. Today, we're going back to the Impact Zone for TNA's Final Resolution 09. What's the runtime on this? Do you remember?
I have it written down here. Give me one.
I think it's like 2 hours and 2 hours.
2 hours 55 minutes.
Oh, so it's like 3.
About 3 hours, yeah.
Someone will be fired, and by the way, they were for real.
Yeah.
So let's get into the first match here. Brutus Magnus and Doug Williams of the World Elite of the British Invasion taking on Motor City Machine Guns.
Yes, for the TNA Tag Team titles. Motor City Machine Guns to this point had not been tag champions yet,
Which is absurd. But
yeah.
they were formed in like 07, so I kind of get it.
Yeah. There was an awesome springboard DDT in this match by Sabin.
We're implying there's a bad MCMG match by talking about by not saying about it from the jump. This is a good match.
This is a great match. Yeah. This it felt like a TV match.
TNA kind of had that issue the entire year because this is when I started to watch TNA this year.
Okay.
So they really had that issue a lot.
Where pay-per-view matches.
From like the undercard pay-per-views.
You know what part of it is? As much as I love the Impact Zone,
It's the Impact Zone.
it's the fact that everything's in the same place.
Yeah.
Makes the pay-per-views feel less important.
But the crowd pay-per-views are people who want to be there, so it's kind of different.
Yeah.
Because Impact was free. If when I went and they were still there, I would have went. But Impact was free to go to. So it's if you had a ticket to the park, you could go to Impact.
Okay.
So
including the pay-per-views, or did they sell tickets to the pay-per-views?
TVs were different to ticket in. The pit wasn't free, but like the seating was free.
Okay.
So it's different.
Yeah.
The crowd's different. That's kind of the big feel.
Yeah. I don't
Plus,
know.
there's that big fight feel of some matches. So
Yeah, I didn't have that big fight feel yet. It just felt like
and I would say stupid gimmicks, but Jeff Hardy's return was on Impact, and that was the cage match. So
I would say this doesn't really feel like a pay-per-view, honestly, until we get to Feast or Fired.
yeah, these first 2 matches kind of just like there.
But like I said, this was still a pretty good match. I give this 3 1/4.
I gave it 3.5.
Yeah, I think you'll be hard pressed to find a Motor City Machine Guns match that's under a 3.
No, yeah, I agree.
And also, hey, Magnus and Doug Williams were great too.
I will say Magnus, you can't find a bad match from his. Don't you worry. I think we'll actually review that at some point. It's on our list, the best show it's on. And then Doug Williams, underrated. I will stand by that.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of him. I've respected him always as a solid wrestler.
Then our next match is Victoria, she's called Tara in TNA, defeating ODB, one dirty bitch. I always liked ODB.
Never got it.
For Knockout Champion. I've always liked ODB. She's kind of crazy.
Tara had a slingshot leg drop that looked awesome. Should mention also this is still 6 sides.
Yes.
This is the last pay-per-view before Hogan comes in and pisses all over the company.
No, he's already there. He's already there.
Like before he officially,
but him and Bischoff,
like on screen, comes in and because January 4th of 2010 is the first time they try to go head-to-head
which
with
they
Raw.
advertise on this show
A lot. It's the first time they try to go head-to-head with Raw, and it's the first time Hogan appears on screen at TNA.
I watched TNA
other than like a little press conference thing where they announced his signing.
I watched TNA. No, when Hogan came in first, he was on TV for a little bit. So he's already appeared here.
No, Tenay and Taz were saying this is the first appearance of Hogan will be in 2010.
Oh,
maybe you're just thinking of maybe you're thinking of Nash and Hall, but
because they come in.
Also, it could be one of those things where this was 15 years ago and your memories of this are all blending together.
I mean, Hogan debuted in 6 sides, and then he's like, if he comes back for real, he beats the 4s, and then. What a terrible thing! The one thing a company has going for you get rid of.
Well, I mean, yeah. This is Hogan. He's not smart. But anyway, back to this match. You talk about Doug Williams being underrated. I think Tara might be the most underrated women's wrestler ever.
I will stand by that. Victoria was always good. But the issue is the era she was in.
Yeah.
if you put her in like Japan, changes for this, she's kicking ass.
So I at one point went back and I watched every Raw and SmackDown from July of 2003 to WrestleMania 20, and there's some good stuff in there with her and Jack.
Oh yeah,
and Jazz.
yeah.
I think it was Jazz.
The actual wrestlers.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. She also has some good stuff with Trish in there too. Yeah,
the actual wrestling.
The roll up finish takes it away from it a bit. It was pretty short. I gave it 2 3/4.
Well, I think I know why it's so short.
Why? Because it's a women's match in 2009?
No, because this might be the match where ODB pops an implant.
Oh. They know about that.
Which she will gladly tell you about in her interviews.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I think Charlotte did that once, too.
Yeah, but unlike Charlotte, ODB continued to wrestle after it.
The Charlotte story it was when she was doing that ESPN body issue, and she had to do a bunch of moonsaults.
Oh, and she didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she just kept landing, and then she popped an implant too. So that's crazy.
Yeah, but ODB wrestled for like 3 weeks after it.
Oh,
in
crazy.
Excruciating pain.
Crazy.
Because she's crazy.
Yeah,
that's why I've always liked her.
There's a Hulk Hogan promo package that shows Joe Rogan.
Yeah, because they were at some random USC event because of Spike TV.
Yeah.
Listen, Goldie. Listen, Goldie. They're here for Spike TV.
Mm-hmm. What was your rating of ODB?
Oh, I gave it like a 2 3/4.
That's what I gave it to. Yeah. On to Feast or Fired.
Oh, dude, Feast or Fired such a weird gimmick.
You want me to list off people in this?
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Cody Deaner, now known as Deaner.
Didn't know he was around that long. Honestly,
he got fired a little bit after this,
and then came back later. Yeah. Okay.
Consequences Creed, who
Xavier Woods,
just the top of his singles run was in TNA. Still does in AWE maybe. James Storm, Robert Roode, Beer Money, Jay Lethal. I guess Lethal Consequences. Yeah.
Lethal Consequences, great team name.
Oh, honestly,
and this is Black Machismo.
Yeah, so we got good Jay Lethal, and then the World Elite of Eric Young, Kiyoshi, who's an All Japan guy. One of my favorites, Homicide, Kevin Nash, Rob Terry, and the representing the Nation of Violence, which is one guy, Samoa Joe.
Oh, I think you forgot Abdul Bashir.
Oh, and
also known as Sean
Davari. Also Sean Davari,
who we found out recently is jacked now
to the gills, to the goddamn gills.
Yeah. I love there was a great segment of tag team offense from Lethal Consequences that I really liked.
And Beer Money.
Really smooth. And Beer Money, yeah. Dude, Nash was so washed. He really was so bad at this match.
Really was.
Kevin Nash was like his knees barely worked. Like,
his quads are gone.
I can't believe that Triple H saw this and tried to bring him back in 2 years.
Or
Vince or whatever. Yeah, but then he never remember he failed his physical.
Oh right.
And didn't end up
I wonder why.
Yeah. I guess there's a pile driver by Eric Young. I don't remember who he gave it to, but I gave it a 7.0 out of 10. It's a pretty solid pile driver.
Round number there.
Round number this time. Solid match.
Have you seen Future Fire before this one?
Yeah, I've watched at least one older one, and then remember at Impact 1000 there was.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So I've watched at least 2. Maybe I've watched 3.
Okay.
So Big Rob Terry, he got one of the cases.
One of the
Abdul
worst
Bashir,
I've ever seen.
Sean Davari,
Samoa Joe, and Kevin Nash.
And Kevin Nash with no knees somehow pulled down a case.
Yeah, so Kevin Nash gets the World Tag Team one.
Okay, that's
Samoa
right.
Joe gets the Heavyweight one. And then we get Rob Terry and Abdul Bashir opening their cases side by side. Rob Terry gets the X Division title shot, which makes no sense.
No.
And Abdul Bashir, Sean Davari is fired.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually fired. Eric Bischoff wanted to do a thing where he'll fire somebody in the ring between Deaner and Sean Davari. Sean Davari got so pissed at that idea because he had just signed a new deal with TNA like a few months before this. Mm-hmm. He said, "Oh no, I'll go after Feast or Fire. Don't worry, I'll do that."
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna give Cody Deaner his job still. They fired Cody Deaner still.
Wow.
So I don't know. I like the match though. I gave it 3.
I gave it 3, and then my note after is Nash better be fired, but he ended up getting the tag match. Based on the performance of the match, Nash should have been the one fired.
Nash is the best of Nash at TNA was his promo work at Paparazzi Productions.
Absolutely.
Because I'll go back and still watch that, and I'll still have a kick out of it. Mm-hmm. But his in-ring work sucked.
Yep.
Speaking of in-ring work, Supermax comes out, Hernandez. Mm-hmm. It's just him.
Just him against
the Dudleys and
Rhino and Jesse
Neal, who, like Rob Terry, is not very good.
No. The stipulation of this match is that Hernandez had to last 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
And then his partner is D'Angelo De Niro, which is Elijah Burke.
Don't waste his time.
Matt Morgan,
who is randomly a good highlight at TNA.
Yep. And Suicide, who at this time was Frankie Kazarian.
I think so.
Fun fact, this is the 1,000th match I've rated.
I'm so sorry.
And it was 2.5 stars. It was nothing
so
special.
Sorry.
There was nothing. Yeah, this was just a whatever match.
Yeah, it was a whatever match. However,
elimination match, by the way.
Hernandez doing the suicide dive will always rule.
Yeah, that was cool. Like I said, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I gave it 2 3/4 for the suicide dive. But
yeah.
Oh yeah, our next match. Oh boy.
Dude,
oh boy. Oh wait. I forgot. The Feast or Fired match. Cody Deaner's entrance. He goes against the guy in the front row who looks a hell of a lot like the NASCAR driver with the most wins, most championships, blah, 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 Richard Petty. To the point where Taz and Mike Tenay go, is that Richard Petty? No, it's impossible. It can't be Richard Petty.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's an imposter, but I feel like it's enough to get into the rest of the Athletes Club.
So I looked up Richard Petty, and there's at least 1 million guys in Florida that just look like this.
with the hat and everything, and the jacket and everything?
Yes. I can put him in the Athlete Club if you really want.
I mean, the other members.
The other one's definitely. We will get to one during the Kurt match.
Is even better. Mm-hmm. So I can pass on Richard Petty.
Pass on Richard Petty.
Because I feel like at some point we're gonna get another NASCAR driver. So is how they're always in wrestling.
Yeah. So, but yeah, on to the Last Man Standing match with Scott Steiner and Bobby Lashley.
I guess we have to. Scott Steiner, who's washed.
Yeah, he's also
and Bobby Lashley, who's not washed.
No, he's really good. This was pretty early on in his TNA run.
Yeah.
If not his first pay-per-view.
But here's the issue. It's Scott Steiner who's washed.
Yeah. This was another match that felt better suited for TV.
I agree.
There was a little bit of fun to be had here. I think it wasn't terrible. 2 3/4, I think, overall.
I give it 2.5.
Yeah. Just pretty
Scott Steiner's best work at TNA was his promos, where he did whatever the hell he felt like.
Steiner math, is his peak. That's his apex mountain right there.
He's got some really good ones from this around this time.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is the Bully Ray one, where he has a Guitar Hero guitar, and he goes, "I don't know how to play the guitar," and that's very clearly not a real guitar.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Bully Ray wants some donuts. I ain't got no donuts." Some all-time work.
Just a man whose brain was fried by steroids.
I would assume literally.
Just turned into mush. The next match was better than I expected.
I mean, it was always going to be good, given who it is and what kind of match it is.
Mm-hmm.
A hardcore match can really mask a lot of the aging in wrestling if you're doing the crazy bumps. Raven and Dr. Stevie
Richards of the BWO.
And Right to Censor.
Shane's favorite faction, Right to Censor.
It's a surprise. If you get rid of Val Venus, it really isn't that bad.
I guess, yeah.
I think
I just always found the entrance theme annoying, and it just immediately put me off.
If you change your entrance theme and get rid of Val Venus, you have a pretty solid faction.
Because Stevie, Bull
Buchanan, Good
Ivory
Godfather, and Ivory
are all hitters. Yeah, that's fair.
But
they're facing.
They could take on Mick Foley and Abyss.
Awesome tag team, by the way. I would love to see a prolonged Foley Abyss.
Honestly,
tag team
I agree. I think Abyss is always really good.
Mm-hmm.
Mick Foley's. I mean, we'll watch King of the Night at some point.
Abyss really is the closest thing we ever had to a second Mankind.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I feel like that was on purpose at this point.
Mm-hmm. I think the Fiend kind of came close, but he was also kind of a different thing. But yeah, this was Foley's House of Fun match,
Funhouse match,
or something like that. Yeah,
where Foley was the commissioner of TNA at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just how I know Hogan was there, but. He just changed. He pulled an Eric Bischoff in Thunder 2000, called a rule change before the match, and made it a Foley's Funhouse match.
Yep. There's some. They get out a thing of gasoline.
Oh yeah, Raven does that.
Somebody better get set on fire. Don't tease me with that shit. Spoiler alert: nobody gets set on fire.
No, every time I've seen that,
lost a half a star. Can't tease me with that. Can't bring out a gas can.
You know what? I think you'll really enjoy.
Unless you're Eddie Kingston coming back from the dead with a gas can.
My favorite part was the shopping cart where he just pushes it and it hits and he just runs away with it. Because God, I was at a grocery store and I want to do that so often when I'm pushing carts. just run somebody. It's just.
This was a pretty solid hardcore match. There was a fun barbed wire table elbow spot from Foley. Fun stuff with Abyss in there. I thought this was a solid 3 1/4. It was a pretty good hardcore match. What'd you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Anything else from the match, or
it wasn't like a hardcore masterclass, which we'll watch a ton of later on, but it was serviceable for like 3 old
it was no June Kasai Danny Havoc, which is unfortunately lost media now. But not the match, but our commentary on June Kasai Danny Havoc
for now. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. On to the next match.
Yeah, the first really good match of the night.
Yeah.
3 Degrees of Pain, which I'm pretty sure is the 3 Stages of Hell.
Yeah, it's basically 3 Stages of Hell. It's the first one has to be won by pinfall, the second one's by submission, and the third one is escape the cage. If needed, of course it was needed. This is the only time they ever used this concept, which is a shame because I kind of like it as a concept.
I agree.
Pin, submission, escape. I kind of like that.
Especially who's in the match.
Well, yeah, who was in the match really made it awesome.
Kurt Angle and Nigel McGuinness.
Yes, Desmond Wolfe, as he was known
Who gives a shit?
in TNA. So DQ still count though, so it's not technically pinfall or submission only. It's kind of lame, but the idea of it is so they can't use the cage wall during the first 2 because that's. Which if you're gonna do that, just lower the cage between falls 2 and 3. Keep the cage hanging, but they didn't hang a cage. They built it.
They're locking him in the ring, so
yeah.
Plus TNA can't really hang the cage.
Yeah. And then it cuts to the crowd, and it's white chocolate Jason Williams.
Yeah. What is white chocolate doing in the
Impact Zone?
What is Caucasian Coco doing in the Impact Zone?
Yeah, so Jason Williams was just on the Magic at this time, and I think he just took his kids to see a wrestling show, and it was Final Resolution 2009.
Which is respectable. Maybe he likes AJ Styles.
Probably. I mean, he watched that match. He if he didn't before, he likes him now.
Yeah.
After you see him,
I would say
him.
I'd agree with that. This was not Perk Angle, but we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
No. It is. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, I would say I thought he was Perk Angle earlier than this. So
is the moonsault in this match or no?
He misses a moonsault in this that just looks brutal.
From the cage?
I don't remember if it was from the cage or if it was from the top rope.
Either way.
No, because it's early in my notes, so I think it has to be one of the first 2 falls.
Yeah, okay. Either way, it is a Kurt Angle moonsault, and he didn't start doing sleep with Perk Angle.
Yeah. So this is Perk Angle. Not the best figure 4 attempt I've ever seen. He tries a figure 4, and Nigel kind of has to help him because he just kind of messes it up. It's always interesting to see where the wrestlers are now compared to then. Nigel McGuinness, now a commentator for AEW. Kurt Angle, now a reaction image. So that's fun.
This is the 1,000-yard stare.
The second fall was really good. It
was my favorite.
I loved all the transitions that they did through different submissions. And then my next note is that is white chocolate in all caps because they cut to him and give him a nameplate. They cut to him and they give him a nameplate, and it's like that is white chocolate. That's Jason Williams. Or maybe they don't give him a nameplate, but definitely Taz and Mike Tenay. What was Don West doing? Why was he not on commentary?
He got a promotion.
Oh, okay.
He got promoted to be the head of merchandising.
Okay. And then Wolf was bleeding.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah.
Nigel
got crazy color here.
Yeah. And then the finish is a kind of like a race where Nigel's down. He realizes that Kurt's climbing the cage. He tries to scramble to have the ref open the door and get out that way. And Kurt gets out over the top of the cage before he could. There was great psychology in this match.
Wasn't this the weird circle cage?
This was a 6-sided cage.
Okay, so it didn't have the lockdown top?
No.
Okay.
Because it was escape the cage so you could climb over.
Okay.
There was great psychology in this. I love that Desmond Wolfe was working Kurt's arm from the beginning so that it was harder for him, so that if they got to a third fall, it would be harder for him to climb.
It'd also be easier for a second fall, too.
Yeah, because you can attack that arm with submission. So that was really good. I liked that. I gave this 4 3/4. I think the only thing that took off of any of it was that weird figure 4.
Yeah.
I think this was almost a 5-star match.
See, I kind of want to give it a 5, but
go ahead, give it a 5.
I kind of agree with you on that figure 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give it
4 3/4.
4 3/4 too, yeah. But it's real damn
good.
close.
Hidden gem.
Honestly, yes.
If I didn't really what this was like it's the end of the year. I wanted to look at like a final battle or a final resolution because those are just kind of good end of year shows, right? And I was just looking back in 5-year gaps, right? And I saw this and I was like, oh, this seems like a solid card. There's some weird stuff. Some of this will be bad. It'll be fun, right?
Yeah.
This is a true hidden gem we just stumbled upon.
Seek this out. It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. The whole show is just on YouTube, by the way. I don't think we
mentioned
that
Fight.
Earlier.
So yeah, Fight too. You just watch it on Fight.
Yeah. So yeah, this was a pretty good one. 4 3/4, really good match.
Next match,
on to AJ Styles and Daniels for the TNA title.
Also really goddamn good.
I have a game for you.
Okay.
So at the beginning of this match, Taz said that AJ Styles was the best pure wrestling champion in the world at that time. I want to see if you can guess who held these titles. I have 7 here.
Okay. All right.
Starting, I'll go with like the easier ones that I think you'll get into the harder ones. Okay. Right. Who was WWE champion on December 20th, 2009?
Is it Cena?
No.
It's not Cena. It's not.
Cena had just lost the title at TLC.
Oh, Sheamus.
Yeah, we watched that show, so I think you definitely got that. Who was the world heavyweight champion?
Jericho? Swagger.
No, both of them were 2010.
Oh, okay.
Think more legendary.
Oh, Undertaker.
Undertaker, yep.
Because Jericho beat Undertaker in the cage. Yeah.
Yeah, and this was after the SummerSlam where Punk wins the title and then Taker shows up out of nowhere.
I hated Shawn Michaels for that.
Who was Ring of Honor champion in 2009?
2009. Tyler Black?
He may have been around this time.
He was, for sure.
But not the champion at this time.
It's not Briscoe.
Not Briscoe. It's a guy. He would go on to wrestle in TNA for quite a bit.
Oh, it was Austin Aries?
Yep, it was Austin Aries. IWGP champion.
Tanahashi?
No.
Oh, okay.
A common opponent of Tanahashi.
It's not Nagata. It's not Okada. It's maybe not Okada. It's not Nagata. It's not Nakamura?
Yep, Nakamura. Do you know who would have been GHC champion? Or you have no clue?
2009?
Yeah.
Kenta.
No.
Go Shiozaki.
No.
Murafuji.
No.
Takayama.
Nope.
Taki.
I don't know enough about this guy to give you any hints, so when you're out of guesses, just let me know and I'll tell you who it is.
Eddie Edwards.
Nope.
Oh, shit. Sasaki? No. Morishima.
Nope.
Oh, man. I'm out.
Takashi Segura. Segura? I don't know how to say that. Do you know who held the Triple Crown title this time?
09?
Yeah.
Muto.
Nope.
Suwama.
Nope. Think orange.
Think orange? Think orange?
Yep. Yeah, it's Orange Cassidy. No.
What?
No,
Think
orange. That's the color I associate with this guy. It's all over his gear.
Taz?
Yes. No, not Taz.
Kenta Kobashi?
Nope. Still currently wrestling.
Again, the worst part is you're gonna say who it is. I'm gonna say, oh fuck, of course it is.
Yep. Currently a champion somewhere.
Currently a champion somewhere?
Not in All Japan, but somewhere.
In New Japan, isn't it?
Nope.
No?
Currently a champion in MLW.
It's the one half of Tenkozy.
Yeah, Satoshi Kojima.
Yeah, Kojima.
And then this one, I have no idea if you'll get it. Do you know who the AAA champion was? The Mega Champion? Because I've never heard of this guy.
Jarrett? No, it's not Jarrett.
No, it's it was El Messias.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard of him.
Okay. Yeah. So there you go. Is AJ Styles better than all those guys?
Was this a pure wrestler?
Taz said he was the best pure wrestling champion in the world. I think he put the emphasis on wrestling champion. So
then no.
In the ring. So
then no. This time Kojima and
Nakamura. Yeah.
Just that level above.
So he beats Sheamus, beats Taker, he beats Aries.
Yes.
He beats Segura.
Yes. Barely.
Beats El Messias.
Yes.
Okay. And then back to the match.
Yeah, what a match.
Yeah, dude, there was a spot where AJ rolls off the apron just right onto his neck that looked so bad. Just crunched him.
Brutal. Shots. King's Road style. Shout the Triple Crown.
Yeah, there was a Uranagi on a chair that looked insane. A suplex. Did you see the suplex from the middle of the ropes was awesome?
Oh, dude, that was so good.
That was so
legitimately
sick.
These two and Joe, like combined, had the best matches in
Well, I think this was the last pay-per-view before this was the last time they had one of those triple threats where it was Daniels, Joe, and
not
AJ.
as good as the first one, but
it was the first one.
No, not as good as the first one.
Not as good as the first one. Yeah, but it was. I think it was the last one.
You gotta watch that at some point.
I didn't really notice it in the other matches, but there was incredible camera work in this one.
There was
a lot of guys falling like just right into the camera and like just like perfectly seeing the cells.
They're workers. Them boys could work.
And then the finish where Daniel tries a Frankensteiner and gets caught with the Super Styles Clash.
So good.
Awesome match. Really, really good. I give this 4.5. I thought it was not quite as good as the last match.
I'll agree with you. I gave 4.5 too.
Yeah, really good match. So I think if you take away anything from this, Feast or Fire is always a fun concept. So if you like that concept, go watch that. But other than that, just go watch the last two matches. Yeah, and on YouTube, they have it chaptered out to where you can just skip to the last two. It's really easy. It's probably like the last hour of the show. Go check that out. It was really good. On to categories.
Sure.
Starting with best moment.
Best moment has to be, I would say, the scramble for a finish of the last fall for the three-way. No, not the three-way. The 3 stages of hell.
3 stages. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the best moment.
Or
White Chocolate. No, I'm just kidding.
Or the Super Styles Clash. One of the two.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Super Styles Clash.
Okay,
I think that was the better one. MVP of the night.
Nigel.
Yeah, I think I'll give it. I think I'll give it to Nigel. I like that. Yeah, definitely did really good. Heat Check Award. So the best performance in a short amount of time. I mean, we didn't have a lot of great backstage segments or anything.
White Chocolate.
White Chocolate. Just on screen for 5 seconds.
Either White Chocolate or Tara.
Yeah, let's go Tara. Let's go Tara for the heat check. I like that. Or we could go Joe Rogan.
I mean, man, Hulk Hogan on Spike TV.
Yeah, no, Tara. I like that. Apex Mountain. I don't. What's AJ's Apex? Let's just figure. That's just a good question.
His best match is that 3-way.
Is it, or is it something in New Japan?
It's just barely the 3-way.
Just barely the 3-way?
Just barely.
His Apex just in his career, do you think the highest point of his career was TNA or New Japan?
Yes, it's TNA.
Okay. How close does the almost year-long World WWE title reign get? Does that get pretty close?
It's not as good as New Japan.
It's
but
still a big peak.
It's 3.
It's not.
It's the third best peak.
Okay. So what would you say? Like this 2009-ish era of AJ's the best?
07, 06.
Okay.
Just
so just a few years before.
Ring work, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to.
I mean, honestly, you want the peak of TNA and AJ TNA? 04, 09.
Okay, so this is kind of the end of the
because they start kind of Hogan and Bischoff kind of phase him out as for the figurehead, but he was the top TNA guy for the longest.
That's sign number one that they are the worst booking combo.
Yeah, duh.
Phasing AJ Styles out as your figurehead in the prime of his career.
Not capitalizing on AJ Styles enough. Because if the kids watched him, the kids loved him.
Yeah, he was
awesome. My favorite wrestler.
Like, okay, AJ Styles is so good that I didn't really I knew the name. I didn't really watch him until he gets to WWE, and he's one of my favorites of all time. And he wasn't washed by then, but he wasn't in his prime anymore.
I watched TNA so much because of AJ Styles. I bought the video game because of AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Instinct and the Dudleys. But mostly AJ.
Yeah. Surprise of the show. I think it's got to be the
Desmond Wolfe.
The Desmond Wolfe Kurt Angle match.
Because that was really at the beginning.
Like, that's the definition of hidden gem.
Yeah.
Like, we had no idea that was
really
what it was.
It really is.
Recasting. I think we should go main event.
Yeah.
So,
two former friends who were at the peak of their powers.
Well, I don't know if we need to go. I don't think we need to go that deep into the storyline of it.
Kofi and Big E.
I just don't. Who's the current AJ Styles? That's the way I want to take this. Because, like,
orange.
No, I was gonna say Will Ospreay.
Let's see more.
No, I think it's Will Ospreay. I think Will Ospreay is the current version of AJ Styles, of 09 AJ.
I guess, yeah.
Which makes me think, who's the current Daniels? Now, Daniels of this era, I think, is
the one who never got the rub.
I would say here's how I identify Daniels of this era as someone who's not as familiar with it as you are, but has some knowledge. He is an incredible mid-carder that is an okay main eventer, that flirts with the main event and never really is quite a main eventer for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Is Sheamus the current Daniels?
Yeah, kind of, in a way, because surprisingly older, yeah.
Yeah, so Will Ospreay versus Sheamus would be our recast here.
Match.
That'd be an awesome match. That would be.
Maybe Sheamus just go to AEW by now.
The way Will Ospreay would flip getting hit with a bro kick.
Oh, dude. Oh, the Razor's Edge that Sheamus does.
Oh, the Irish cross.
Ospreay might clear the ring.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Best double feature. Would you pair the main event with
AJ Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Unbreakable 04?
Was it 04 or was it 06? Or 05 or something?
I think it's 04.
I thought that match happened in 2006, but I'm not confident enough. Well, it was one. Didn't we watch it in the old version of this show?
No, I don't think so. Unless we did.
Unless we did. I don't have it written down. It may have been one of the lost ones.
Unbreakable 05.
05. Okay, so it was right between what we said.
Yes.
You said 04, I said 06. It ended up being 05. Okay, pair it with that. Is there another Kurt Angle match you would pair with this Desmond Wolfe match?
Kurt Angle Abyss.
I was thinking maybe like Kurt Lesnar Mania.
Yeah, Kurt Lesnar Mania.
03. I don't know, pretty much any Perk Angle double viewing is probably awesome.
Yeah.
And then on to nothing from this goes the Wrestling Criterion Collection, but we do have a new member of the Athlete Club, which if you don't know, that's when an athlete randomly shows up in one of these shows. So we have Jalen Hurts from Noah Navigate for Evolution, which was a lost tape, but still counts. Rafael Palmeiro from AAA, March or April 95.
The best one.
And then we have Justin Verlander and Curtis Granderson from WrestleMania 23, and then now White Chocolate from TNA. That's so good. I
like how it started just randomly Jalen Hurts in a Noah show.
Yeah.
This is an advertisement, and then Palmero was an advertisement, but now got back-to-back ones who were there.
Yeah. On to the classic hot dog, classic handshake.
Oh, dude, it's the Kurt Desmond Wolfe match.
Yeah, I really already wrote that in for you.
It's actually so close to being in a
5-star match.
Yeah, so it's.
Yeah, I don't think it would quite be Criterion Collection because I don't know if a hidden gem can be Criterion. Can it? Like it
kind of in a way.
In a way, I think it can. I guess
if a hidden gem is that good, then yeah.
But this one wasn't quite 5 stars, so we won't put it in there. What would you give this show out of 10?
The lows weren't as low as I thought they'd be.
Yeah,
the highs are surprisingly high.
Yes,
I gave it a 7.5.
You gave it a 7.5. I went with a 5.
5?
Yeah,
really?
It was just. I feel like the lows were lower, and
I think first of all, to be fair, some nostalgia blindness, obviously.
Okay,
for
that's
me.
fair.
But yeah, I really like this show.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's just a difference in our viewings of wrestling, I guess. It's just kind of happens. I mean, this happened with the last TNA show too. I gave it a 5. I gave it a 5, and you gave it a 7. So
I like TNA. I like TNA in the 6 sides. It's fun. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, no, it's fun, but it was just the lows were low, I think, for me, but the highs were incredibly high. Those last 2 matches are awesome. That's a great 2-match combo they went with. And then. So I think that's it. You can tell me
what's next is
week.
I still got that on my computer. You're lucky. ECW Holiday Hell 1996. Yep. It'll be coming out around Christmas time.
Around Christmas time. Yep. We won't have one
for the
20th.
This is technically next week.
This is next week. We try to release them on Fridays. We won't have one for that weekend just because our recording schedule is going to be a little different with Christmas and stuff, and we wanted to release one closer to Christmas time. So the next one will be Holiday Hell 96, and that'll be the last one of 2024. That will be 24 classic reviews in 2024, not counting the ones that we lost,
and hopefully 50 next year.
Hopefully 50 next year, but yeah. So I think that's it for us. If you want to take us out, Chan.
All right, for the 7th last time this year. Enjoy wrestling.